إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له جل عن الشبيه والمثيل والند والنظير، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد. It is without a doubt that in the current climate that we're living in now, each one of us has either lost a loved one or lost a friend, or knows someone who has lost a loved one or lost a friend. In the current situation that we are in now, death has not left anyone, has not left all of our connections. All of us know someone who has departed. And therefore in this situation we need to ask ourselves and see what should be the response to a believer in this situation. What should be the response of a believer? The first response that a believer has when he hears that a person has passed away is that he says, Inna Lilahi wa inna Ilayhi Rajiun. He says, verily we are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala we shall return. And this is not a statement that he just says on the tip of his tongue, or something that he types, or even he copies from a message and he sends it over. No, it is a statement that a believer should internalize. And it is a statement within the Quran. So it is a statement that we need to think about and ponder over, not just say it and that's it, or send it and that's it. Ponder over the statement that you belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your soul that is inside you right now does not belong to you. It belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one day you and your soul will return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this statement should make us realize that we have no power or control over this thing. And realizing that everyone will return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And no one will be spared. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كُلُّ مَنْ عَلَيْهَا فَانٍ. Everyone on the face of this earth will vanish, will go, will pass away. وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. Except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who remains. Another response that we need to have is realize the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Hayy and Al-Qayyum. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ever living, the one who doesn't die. And Al-Qayyum, the one who supports everyone, the one who's sustaining and providing for everyone. A believer should, in any situation that they are faced with, always relate it back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Compare yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the vast differences between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because this will allow you to realize your great need for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you are in need of Him and that He is able to provide for you. And therefore you strengthen your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, a believer in this situation, he should console the family of those who have passed away. And he should give them a personal consolation. Speak with them personally. Don't just forward a message on. Don't send a message of consolation in a group, or a message of condolences in a group. Even try to do it privately, but best thing is speak to them, call them and speak to them. For them to hear a voice of support. For them to realize that they have brothers in this dunya that are there for them, that are there to support them. That support, it's unimaginable how great that support that they feel. Because when a person is in that situation, it's a very difficult situation. And they need as much support as they need. You may not see it in their eyes, but inside they are in great need of this. So don't prohibit your brothers, or don't neglect them and don't leave them alone. No. Give them personal support. Call them. Console them. Give them advice to be patient. Remind them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is generous. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ever forgiving. And remind them that they will be rewarded for the difficult situation that they are in. The Prophet ﷺ, he said in a hadith that whoever loses a loved one and he is patient with that, there is no reward for him except Jannah. So the reward for a person to be patient When they lose a loved one is great, so remind them of this. Tell them about this. And give them the support that they need. Make sure that you are there for them. And you know each person, a person may need you to speak to them once and that's it. A person may need a follow-up after a few days. A person may need a visit if that's permissible, if that's allowed. So try and be there for your brothers, try and support them and help them in the situation that they are in. And realize that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, no Muslim consoles another Muslim in the calamity that they have been faced in, except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will clothe them with the garments of honor on the Day of Judgment. That's the reward that you get for just consoling a person who has lost a loved one. So make sure you provide the support that they need. And this is not just restricted to Muslims, even non-Muslims. We can console them and give them condolences. Of course, we can't ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make dua for mercy or things like that, but we can tell them, and what is the general norm in this society, is tell them, I am sorry for your loss. There's no harm in saying that. But show them that Muslims, we feel for others, we have empathy. We are one unit, and we support each other and we support others. And also when a Muslim loses a loved one, that you need to respond, not just for the reward, but it is your duty to respond, and it's your duty to be affected, because the Prophet ﷺ, he said that the example of the believers and their compassion and their kindness and in their forgiveness or on their mercy with each other is that of one body. If one part is affected, the whole body suffers for it. Your small finger is affected, you feel the pain, your whole body feels the pain. So if your brother has lost a loved one, if your friend has lost a loved one, you are one body, so you too should feel the pain. This is the response that we need to have. This is how we need to respond in this situation. And unfortunately, this may go on for long, so let's make sure that we have the correct response to these situations, so that we can act in accordance with the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and so that we have the manners of the Muslims. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us all. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy on those who have passed away. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have forgiveness on those who have passed away. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of us. And to allow us all to act upon the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And to allow us to be true followers of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.